What's up with the peeps? We back at it again. What if Naruto regained consciousness while he was in the womb? So it took me a minute, and I'm still not the best at the Naruto stories. And yeah, I know I haven't uploaded in a good little bit, but I've been just trying to think about how I'm gonna continue the story and how I'm gonna continue my channel in general. So let's first of all like the video, all that shit, comment, because I know y'all niggas watch this shit and watch it while you're doing your homework or some shit. So go ahead and do that shit right now. We'll take a whole pause for it. And then while you at it, leave a comment, bruh. No, I'm like dead serious though. That shit really do be helping. Cause I'm like, all right, cool. Niggas fucking with the story. They fuck with your boy Yeezer. But enough with that bullshit out of the way and the YouTube shit out of the way. Let's talk about our boy Naruto. So right now, I left off with Naruto basically fresh out the womb, right? But he don't look like he fresh out the womb. What these niggas doing, bro? Hold up, guys. I'm sorry. He's fresh out the womb, and he's helping Minato with the whole Nine-Tails situation. Minato and Naruto are like, all right, we got to deal with this masked dude. But they also kind of got to deal with the Nine-Tails. So what Naruto does is he a homie, and he's like, all right, bet. So they basically start tag teaming, what's that homie's name? Obito. They start tag teaming him, right? They meek it. While the Nine-Tails Fox trying to go stupid in the background, Naruto is like, all right, we'll drop him. We'll go take care of that, right? So they basically just fold up on man. I don't know exactly where I left off, but they're throwing good hands with it. And Naruto is Minato's son. So let's say they kind of got a good little idea. Naruto hits the flying Raijin too. And Minato's like, wait, you know that already? He's like, Dad, let's be realistic here. I am just born outside of this new world, and I'm throwing hands with you. Him? Okay. All right, fair enough. Which you will have to explain that later if there is a later. He said, oh no. He cocks his hand back up in there. There's always going to be a later. Rasen Shuriken. Basically, his move, but the perfected version of it. Now, before you say what's going on? How does he know that? No, all that extra shit. Nah, he was in the womb, and as I told you, sage energy, and it's dragon. All right, and I'm gonna say that this one, it's a blend of having special properties on top of him being like his awakening, like his not his awakening, but his awakening of his like consciousness. He also was able, which everyone can do this, where you're able to get a level of focus to where you're able to like see your genetics, and it's like you're almost able to play back the genetics that got you to this point, if that makes any sense at all. So what ended up happening is he was able to get a lot of information, not wind chakra, but affinities, learning all of this shit. Now he's using sage mode and also his prior knowledge to amp himself up to his current peak of power. His current peak of power is 13 years old, roughly estimated. Now he only can do this for 5 minutes, and right now we're getting kind of close to that 3-minute mark. So what ended up happening is he throws this, Obito dodges. He's like, that was all my ploy. The Rishuriken actually is a fucking clone. Boom, couple of Narutos come out. Boom, 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 grab him, pins him down to the ground, and then knocks him out. And it's not even like a good knockout needed. He get hit with one of those weak little meek it. It's not even like a good meek it where you had to wind it back or put a little extra emphasis on it. It's just meek it. So after he gets hit with that, he's knocked out. Naruto just about to hit that 4-minute mark. Like, this took some time for this to work and for it to happen, but it happened pretty fast. And so what ended up happening now is they throwing the quality smoke, good hands, let it commence, right? And so they gotta go deal with the Nine-Tails. Minato teleports Naruto. Naruto gives him some of his sage energy and shit, and he's like, all right, here you go, bro. He's like, here you go, pops. He plops that energy over to Mans, and he's like, yep, enjoy. And he's like, so being 100, you're gonna probably have to steal the Nine-Tails and me. And Minato was like, wait, what? Think about it. No one else is here. And he explained like the whole little reasoning. And for those that don't know, basically, Naruto's literally like the only one that could really have the 9 tails as he is now. And he's like, you can put the full 9 tails in me without any issues. He gives Minato some information, which I personally believe that I think Minato already knows how to do it, since he's not fighting Obito and he's not in the same predicament that he was in, like fighting Obito and being distracted and have to doing a lot, protect his family and all that. So after Naruto helps him subdue the beast, which everyone thought it was Minato, okay, but they were like, wait, did Minato have like a what's that called, like a what's it called when you have like an unlegitimate child or something like that? I think that's what it is. So after he helps, people see that Naruto was able to get a couple of shadow clones out and save a good chunk of people and a good chunk of rubble. So we can say that they got done with the fight a little bit before the Nine Tails wanted to shoot the Denki Dama. Oh no, Dragon Ball Z. Before he wanted to shoot that Tail Beast Bomb, right? So he was able to get him just in the nick of time, helping my homie out. So they basically do that. Naruto went to quickly, well, his clones did, not him, but his clones went to quickly help out people and make sure people were good. So they did a lot of damage control. Hiruzen's getting ready, and he's getting, you know, his way to help. And Naruto basically is right there with the Nine Tails and Minato. He's like, all right, so we're gonna have to stew this motherfucker. And Naruto's like not playing these games, right? He's like, hey, Pops, he starts steaming. He's like, hey, Dad, I'm not gonna be able to do this for like a week. Maybe, okay, a week, maybe like 2 weeks. I don't know how long, but I'm gonna be out of commission for a while because I kind of went over my limit. But before I go, I'm gonna let this fox know who I am. Like he yells as he claps his hands together, releases a mad amount of chakra and power. And he's just like, ah. He takes like a weird little stance. He cups his hands together like so. Dragon Force. This isn't Fairy Tail. All right? This isn't Fairy Tail. He's like, Dragon Force. Taijutsu style. He blitzes him. Dragon Step. Beep, 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 beep. Seduces him, knocks him down. And he basically used a good chunk of power. So this isn't something like Naruto is going to be able to do on a regular, because like when we learn how strong the QB is, he's just able to subdue the QB. Not knock him out inherently, just weaken him. It's like if you ever play Pokemon, it's like that. He's not dead. Naruto did that. He got the damn little thing, the little cloth he had around him, which it kind of looks like it's a little too big, too small for him. He wraps it around. He puts it on the ground. He gets on the ground. He's butt-ass naked, by the way. He's like, the rest is up to you, Father. Steam going everywhere. It's like a damn Titan pulled up on the episode. And he just goes back to his baby form. He passes out. He's slumped, my boy. So, while that's happening, Minato's like, what the fuck? Who is it? Ooh, I gotta ask this dude later. I gotta give it a week or two. Kishunama. His mom is hanging on, which I'm gonna let y'all decide if she lives or die, because Minato gonna survive. I don't know about his wife. Why did that rhyme? Damn it. Now I did it again. Anyways, so y'all can decide if she survives or not. He proceeds with the knowledge Naruto gave him and the excess amount of chakra Naruto gave. It's not his chakra, he just flooded some through. And he's able to control it in such a manner, since he had pretty much 9 months of uninterrupted training to do this. Even though it wasn't 100% 9 months, it was something close to train and shit. Okay, there we go. to train uninterrupted, do what he needed to do, and all that type of shit. So he's got a pretty good control of it. So he was able to either convert it into chakra, or it could be sage, dragon stage chakra. It don't matter. Anyways, Minato's like, all right, he's about to perform the seal. He does the seal. After he does the seal, Naruto's now the holder of the Nine Tails, and he has his whiskers now. There was only a brief time, literally like a minute, or I don't even know how long, like 5 minutes was it, after he was born, that he didn't have the whiskers and he was out doing some thug dizzle already. So with this being said, he's got that. Now Minato immediately gets Obito and tries to figure out who he is, and he realizes it's Obito, and he's like, oh shit, that's my nigga Obito. Oh, now he puts, he's all the Anbu, all these people, they coming through. Hokage-sama, is everything okay? And he's like, well, thanks, nothing. He was running, the nigga kind of mad for real, like, damn, nigga, where's your bitch ass at, nigga? If my son wasn't here, I'd be dead right now. Damn. I know you old and shit, but goddamn, like, he was heated, but like he didn't let it show because he more concerned about Naruto. And he's like, all right, cool, I'm gonna take my boy back home. And he's like, basically the medical team is like, we need to transport Kushina. And he's like, nah, bro, I'm gonna use my flying Raijin. Boom, boom, boom. There, hospital, good. Now she chilling. Now, we can say she survived if y'all want to, but normally Jinchurikis die after they've been extracted. But she also is Uzumaki. Damn, my dyslexia hitting hard. So we can easily change the story up. But we're going to leave that part on pause. We're going to go back to Naruto. Minato is like, yeah, go ahead and give me like one of those soldier pills or something that helps with recovery that you should only be taking if you're an adult. He's like, oh, you need one? No, I'm actually fine. I need it for my boy. Hey, what? You can't feed your kid this? Hey, I'm the Hokage, bitch. I do as I please. Now give me that shit. So he trying to run that shit, right? And he like, yeah, all right, cool. He smack this little nigga, bro. Wake your ass up, nigga. You got answers. I got questions, bro. And that nigga said, looking at him mean mugging too. He let some of the QB chakra come out just to fuck with him. Like, man, nigga, ooh. That was kind of good. Gaga Goo Goo. He's like, nah, nigga. Nah, bro. No Gaga Goo Goo, nigga. You was just helping me throw hands. He's like, listen. He's like, man. And I'm gonna say it's possible just because I can. To keep the plot going. But we're gonna say that he learned how to communicate without vocal cords, which personally, I believe this would be feasible in real life in general if people were more in tune with their natural abilities, but I digress. We're not gonna go into it. It makes sense to me. I can explain it if you really want me to. Anyways, so he basically is able to communicate with his old man, but his old man has to use some level of sage to be on the same frequency per se. So what ended up happening is he's talking to his old man, and his old man's like, so is everything all right? Is the QB good? Like, all that type of stuff, right? And Naruto's just like, yes, I'm chilling. He's like, so my name's Naruto? Oh, God. Wait, isn't that the name from the character from the book Jiraiya made? My supposed godfather? I bet I'm not gonna ever see him. I bet I'm not. He was like, wait, how do you know that? Man, I was listening to all the shit y'all was saying. You remember when y'all were first was talking about it when my mom found out she was pregnant with me? Yeah, I remember all that. Y'all was real happy. Y'all about to have a whole kid. Damn, I almost talking reckless the other day too. Talking about I'll take the tail beast to the grave with me. Hey, bro, that's the homie. Y'all know what those niggas been through? Like, wait, what? What do you mean? Do we know? No, bro. All right, listen. After my 3 months of, I don't know if I could call it confinement, I saw this one dude. He was like the name of the 6 path something. I don't fucking remember. Don't get me wrong. It's still Naruto at heart. But like, he also is technically an infant. He just has more knowledge than most. It's like he got like a preview of what life is in the information, so he knows basic shit. well, more than basic because of his parents, but he was talking about all sorts of stuff. He was like, hey, you seem kind of cool. What you doing here? He's like, damn, you must have died or something. Nah, bro, I'm chilling. Wait, I'm the reincarnation of who? Wait, who the other guy? He seemed like a cool person. And so Naruto got a lot of information with that shit, right? And so he's like, yeah, bro. He was telling me how the QBs, like, he was like, yeah, the one tail, the two tail, the three tail. He's like, how the fuck does this nigga know about it? But this is also happening in the Hokage office while someone's giving him like a briefing of everything, all the casualties and stuff. And then when Minato zones back in, wait, you gonna let me go? All right. When Minato zoned back in and shit, all he hears is, well, sir, there was one problem with the report. Minato's like, what was it? Or, you know, he's kind of stern right now because he's very lost. He's like, what was it? There was a dude that looked like you that, you know, helped. He helped out and stuff, and people kept saying it was the Yellow Splash's son or a legitimate child. And I was like, that would be impossible because your boy's just born. But the description they gave is very detailed. It was like, what do you mean? Blue eyes, spiky yellow hair, had similar features to you and Kushina. And he was like, well, yeah, so what are you saying? I think that might be your son out there somewhere. He's like, you think? Well, I could tell you where my son's at. Or I could tell you the person that helped me during the QB attack. And everyone was like, who? Who was it? Minato has an offspring. We must treasure this treasure. Like some shit like that, right? And he's like, well, Naruto Uzumaki. Well, he would probably call him by... Nah, I think they would still have him as Uzumaki. Oh, you don't know. So... he would literally be like, you telling me that kid right there was out there saving multiple people? And we'll say one of the higher ups is like, that's blasphemous. Excuse my tongue, Hokage-sama, but that would be impossible. How is a mere infant able to do so much in such a short amount of time? I typically put up with your shenanigans, but this is going too far. Blah, 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 blah. And he's like, well, give it 2 weeks or so, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So after basically them going over the report, finding out Naruto's the Tsukuriki, he's going to be held as a hero of the village and someone that helped primarily take down the Nine Tails and save the village from the masked man. Next part, we're going to talk about them dealing with a masked man. That is Toby, but not Obito, but Obito's Toby.